I know why reality seems so disappointing. It's because we've just been in a delusion for so long. Yeah, I think that people present good writing as the dopamine release, but I think that it is really just how much dopamine at the end of the day for the expanding of your life. Like instead of trying to get the initial payout, like the big payout, like that one big, I'm trying to make things that kind of last longer, that give you a lot more wealth, to be eternal. How many people lack that artistry? I think that at least the ones that can present an interesting story or a good question once being praised and coined as genius in that one time, they'll forever believe themselves to be so. And because they have the confidence, because we said it, it's been said that they believe that they are a genius everywhere, anywhere, all times, and it's that's what makes everything so bad, because it's like, do you continue to uphold that title, that moniker? To be something is to risk not being it. To be a police officer is to understand that you cannot be a police officer. For a decision or an action, you can be fired. To be a politician is to say that one day you cannot, but you're always held at the basis of being human. To be black is not something that can be comparable, and it's been made to be so. You are black if you do this, if you recognize this, if you understand this. In those games, it had been a way of just kind of soothing the the discrimination that we have been feeling for a long time, but something that no one really even, like, I won't say no one cared, but it wasn't even wanted. To say that you're black if you do this was just us being in on the joke and then saying it ourselves. Ironically, I think that some people miss the point that, like, that was done to us. The first people that said, "Are you black? You're black if you did this," were white people, and then we started to do it, and then we were fighting with them to continue to do it. Now, like, people want to do it again. I'm like, they are the originators of doing that. Let them have this. Like, if you like, let them have this. If they, just as long as I could be a person, I'm like, yeah, I would trade my black card for humanity. Like, I don't want to be a black man if that is the the outcome. To be a black man simply so I could just be abused, or to be malicious, so I could just be proud of the color of my skin. I'm always going to be proud of the color of my skin, because it helps me fight against the sun and the melanin, and it's the skin that makes me identify myself towards my friends and family. It is just the way that my skin looks, and I like when it's hydrated, and I like that it makes fun appearances. That's what I'm proud of. But I'm not proud of just like an identity that's not mine, that I didn't create. I'm not proud of being born to years of fighters, because like those fighters didn't choose to fight; they had to fight. And I don't want to be a fighter if I'm made to have to fight like them, because they were artists and comedians and doctors. They all had to group together and be like, we're literally at the end of our rope. So we all have to be fighters now. I am proud of the people that stuck to their guns and were able to stick to their guns until the end of their days and just be who they wanted to be. those that acknowledge the situation, are truthful towards it, that they were able to live and say what they were hurt by, what they wanted to prevent, what they wanted to live, what they wanted to see. That's who I'm proud of. I'm not proud of this false identity of blackness that someone is trying to portray to me. Like I'm Blackness only came because we needed an identity, and the only other identity that was given as an opportunity was this nationalism. And it's like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, I'm supposed to just be like, you beat my ass, and now you don't. And you'll be like, join us, and I'll still beat your ass, just a lot less. Like what? I still can't even escape the ass beating. I just I say that that's why black people can just tend to go into multiple different groups, because it's like we're knocking on people's doors looking for identity and looking for like, will you accept us, will you acknowledge us, and it's like I've done this, is this a part of your culture? I think blackness helps define other people's cultures the same way as whiteness helps define other people's cultures, because it's like what are you basing it off? And then you kind of see like when we do our own thing, you could see how people are rushing to get it and be like, it's a trend, it's a trend. It's like, this is my identity, nigga, this is my identity. You said I couldn't be part of yours. I started to make mine. Now you stealing my stuff. It's like, all y'all. I'm putting cases on all y'all. You just see like, and you just see how people don't want to acknowledge it as an identity. It's like, I feel like SpongeBob. It's you like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward? You wanna be a part of blackness. You want it to make it like exotic or this, or it makes you feel something, and then you want to take it for your own. And it's like, yeah, that's, you gotta pay. Like you gotta respect it, and you still gotta pay for it, and you gotta respect it. What? I gotta pay for blackness? Gotta pay to be black? No, you're not paying to be black. You're not gonna ever be black. Just newsflash, you're not gonna be black by flipping your hat backwards or throwing up a fist. You're just paying to go to a place, to experience the culture, to see some historic things, to listen to some history, to expand your mind, and then leave. You're a tourist. That's what you're doing. The real issue that black people have is that we do not have a place to really have tourism and consumerism. We don't have like, we can't like sell t-shirts. We can't, like, it's always trying to be commoditized, but the people who get the money is white America. Like, instead of being able to, hold our own brands and our own titles and just like our own like identities, we have to always kick up to someone that's like, oh no, we own your trademark. That's slavery. I'm still enslaved. Like if I said, who's owning the Black Lives Matter trademark? Who's owning the Black Fist trademark? A white person. What the hell? Like, even if they're like, oh, we have a black face, it'd be like, okay, but who do they pay? A white person. So it's like who's the CEO? Okay, yeah, the CEO of this company, but is there a parent company? Oh God, you could instantly link. It's like every single time. So like that's the real issue. It's like black people, like people want to support black-owned businesses, but like that's pretty much what the case is. Like supporting the black economy. That's really what it is. And it's also to be able to participate in the black economy without it being lesser than the white economy. It's not, it's just an economy. Like, it's not black economy, white economy, Asian economy. It's just economy. It's like, I want to just be able to actually sell my books, and I have to make like a different version of it. Here's white philosophy, and then here's black philosophy. Why is it like always? Because like I'm not selling it to like other black people. I gotta sell it to white people. Then I can sell it to black people. Like the only way that I can't sell my books to white people when they can just steal my shit. Like they can just go, you know what? I don't want to pay, nigga. If you don't give me your money, it's like that's what it is. It just keeps going into like you could just steal it. And I can't go, hey guys, they stole my things, my likeness, and no, that's free use, or that's okay. They're changing it. So it's like it's clear like when you can't really copyright, when you have to go through a white copyright, because it's a whole different economy. Like I don't have the same money. I can't go to the same place and afford the same things. So if I can't afford the same thing, I don't have a like a poor version of this. Like, okay, you could still own a copyright, but here's your amount that you can afford. That's reasonable, and you could still afford this. It's not balanced. It's like there's no barter, there's no trade. It's like, hey, listen, this would give me a lot of money once I make this copyright. Then I can pay you the rest. Like, there's no loan system. Like, I have to get a loan, like a general loan, and be like I'm not gonna make that much money out of it. And then it's a scam because it's like, you know that I can't pay back this loan. I can't get a loan for like $8,000 without like taking a hit on the credit, and then be like, I can't pay this off. Or it's like, it's not instantaneous. It might take like 20 years for this to really like become a steady income. But like, I don't want it to, you know, I need to take out many small loans just to meet whatever weird payment requirement, because you're averaging off of white economy out of white money. I got black money. That's nearly no money. And it's like, oh, okay, what we're gonna do is just make we're just not gonna say it. Like I hate when people like refuse to just say the thing. Like I would rather just deal with the racism than just like deal with the racism plus. It's like, it's not lessening the racism. It's like, we're gonna make a urban fee, or we're gonna make it just be like, just say the N word, bro. I'd rather just keep saying that we in segregation. We're still in Jim Crow era than just like try to make a new, like, is this new Jim Crow? No, it's not. It's just Jim Crow. Is this new oppression? No, it's just oppression. Like, no, because if we are, then we're just exactly like our ancestors. Oh, conclusions. Oh, please, bro. I just want to figure out how to sell books. Like, I'm just like sitting here like overthinking. Like that's really what it is. I'm over exaggerating all of it just because I'm like, it's like, and then I go, oh no, I'm not wrong. It's just white supremacy. It's just colonization. Like now I'm sitting here just like tweaking every 20 minutes. And it's like, then I'm looking at myself like, I know, it's just white supremacy. Oh, drats just got me again. Like, that's really where it is. And I gotta look at myself with shame, because it's like, I'm just waiting for people to play a game of catch up. And then it's like, I know that people are gonna, like hate me. They're just gonna be like, bro, like I don't mind if people take it. I just like say, pay me, bro. And just like pay me. Even the dude who shot me, like, okay, you shot me, you learned your lesson. Pay me, bro. I gotta deal with this pain for the rest of my life. At least just pay. No, I served my thing. It's like people are like, oh, I put curses on you. Ooh, why is my life so bad? Like, you know what a curse is? It's probably guilt, guilt and indigestion. The indigestion comes from all that cheese that people be eating, but then the guilt is just like, I ripped somebody off. Who? No one in my circle is that I ripped off that is human. That's not already just something acceptable. Of course, you're not thinking it's ripping it off if you keep downing a beer and forgetting what the definition of ripping somebody off is. Like, I took advantage of somebody who is it lacks the education to understand what they have just signed and done. You're not some. My thing is not to like what I do is just like chip away at the ego of whiteness because it's like it makes it sound like it's so smart, so incredibly advanced. It's like you sucker punch somebody who wouldn't have sucker punched you, and I'm supposed to say like George Washington really did some moves. Like every time I hear like the presidency or just like something, I gotta be like they did something that could have been at the time talked about like why it was bad, and then they didn't do anything about it, and it's like made to be like a savvy move. Like they made a rule and then they broke their own rule, and that's savvy. Like if it was that inconvenient, why did they put the rule in there in the first place? Like I don't see like why praising an amendment and then there like I seen a scene in The West Wing where like they got a white woman to say I don't like the whatever the women's rights amendment or the women's voting right amendment whatever because that says that I was never equal. I was and it was just like the most brain dead take because it was just like why are we playing this game of semantics? Like why are we like women weren't treated fairly. Yes, they were always equal, but society at that time wasn't treating it as such. So they had to enforce people to treat it as such. And then life got better. It is. It's like, yeah, but then people still didn't, follow it and then played semantics again. And then, like, people are still angry because they're like, technically, this should just cover that. But because, like, when you're playing, like, okay, half for you, and then half for you. What do you mean? That's half. That's half. Oh, you're always upset. It's like, can we? It's like it's so childish that it just like everything is gonna be over dramatic. Everything is gonna be so ridiculous because it's like how I'm not even above it all. Like that's the thing. It's like the elitist like are always like I'm above it all, and then just like sip on their tea, and then like they like because as I said before in a different one, I can point it out, but I'm still just as much as like I'm still involved in it. Like I still get hurt. Like if someone's like if I was in chattel slavery, someone whipped me, I'll be like, you're only doing this because of the social pressures that your father had done to live up to his expectation. Like no, like even if I could comprehend that, I'm getting whipped. I'm in excruciating pain. Like my job isn't to be like give me a hug and fight your father and do that. Like no, like I'm not gonna pain. Like if I killed the enslaver, the slave owner, whatever you want to call it, and then you said, oh man, you shouldn't have done that because of the like he was the best thing for you, and he was eventually going to figure this out and then give you your freedom. Like, get a load of this guy. Like, honestly, it is the ridiculous nature of just like elitism, and it's just like, wow, we have not come a long way. Like, some of us, yeah, sure. I think it's like high school. Like, a song had said it the best: high school never ends. But you know what? I'm gonna say this. It does. Like, that's the magic. That's the beauty. High school does end because like there's always a new class, and then teaching people better, and then you can't really play to the same games. Eventually, people start to realize like, hey, high school had to begin somewhere. You could change the name high school. If society collapsed and we said, hey, you know what, we're gonna have an elementary school, a middle school, and we're gonna have high school, and then we're gonna have college be mandatory. Then guess what? Now in the mandatory education, college is there, and then people are gonna be focused more on college because that's the mandatory thing that people have to go to now, and because it's a mandatory thing, people are gonna be like, they're gonna make things about it because now everyone has to go there, everyone, every single person, and then people are gonna make college their whole personality, which they already kind of do, but they're less insufferable because like there's always someone in a bottom of the barrel, like, oh, the guy that always talks about high school, the guy that always talks about high school. The second worst guy is the guy that always talks about college. They're always like, oh, man, like, you ever just go on YouTube and just see like, oh man, college freshman versus college senior. Oh my God, class is gonna be so hard. It's not gonna be like high school. And then you got the whatever, and then the more lax, and it's just like, this is just a high school edit just changed with college. Just so relatable. my pain my pain is immense. My it is I cannot explain this. So it's you got all these people, just talking about college, talking about this. If you just make it like high school ends, people eventually move on because like they move on to a new thing. And if they don't move on to the new thing, what they do is just recast the same thing until they move on to the same thing. Like watching a video over and over and over and over and over again until eventually you do get bored. Until you just like don't want to do it anymore. You don't want to play the game. You don't want to sit there with the situation. You don't want to you don't want to play towards it because it's like you kind of realize and recognize like, hey, this is boring. This is dumb. This is weird. When you come to the realization that all of this is frankly difficult and nonsensical and doesn't need to exist anymore, you you just get to a point where you're just tired of it. You don't want to play to the game anymore. You watch it, you've experienced it, and now you want to be over with it. You truly want to be done. Your grief hits. Like what I experience all the time, I have this grief that hits. And I want to be out of the cycle. Like I want to be out of the Descartes spiral. I'm tired. And I'm tired of being tired, and I'm like, I want something else to do. I want a new joke. And this is just the way of me just knowing that I will be that change. If it gets me out of this spiral of pain, I will be this change. Like, it's me asking God, please, 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 let me stop being in pain. I'm willing to do the work. I'm willing to hold people accountable. I don't want pain like this anymore. Because, like, I've been lazy too long. That's true. I've been, like, just playing to, like, I'm smarter than everyone. And because I play to I'm smarter than everyone, I'm above it, I don't actually join anything. I refuse to stand by anything. And because I refuse to stand by anything, even my own thoughts or opinions, when it finally hits and it finally collapses, I can't do anything. Like right now, like I'm dealing with a long term struggle of just like I I didn't say what I thought was right, and I'm affected by it. And I'm thinking like things are changing and hoping, and I want it to change quicker. I want it to change sooner. But I also know that I'm not strong enough to make that rapid change. It would like if it got fixed so quickly, it it wouldn't show why it's so devastating. It would have made everything just suffering and ridiculous. It would have said like if it could be